All right, what is good? I just got back from the gym. Got a nice little meal in, so I'm going to get y'all a little recap for the AM session this morning. It is January 3rd, 2024. Today was one of those days where using 1 minute structure will save you, as well as kind of being picky about the setups. I personally only took one of them. That was the one I posted on Twitter. The one that ended up being I'll measure it here in a second, but I think it was like an 80 or something point move. Obviously, I didn't catch all of that as I'm not trying to, but it's kind of cool to see that with my model, it was the beginning of that whole entire move. So with that in mind, I kind of want to go ahead and get into some setups. If you saw or if you watched my, I think, first video, I'm pretty sure it was my first video where I explained all this. If we have very high impact news drivers at 9 a.m., today we had two at 9 a.m. I am completely on the sidelines until news post. Why? Because especially when we have two, I'm expecting quite a bit of consolidation. I'm not really going to entertain anything because that's the fastest way to get chopped up in this market. It's better to just be patient and wait for that time to come after news posts. And just so happens that the actual only setup I took today was just a few minutes, I think 5 minutes after news posted. However, I still do kind of want to go over the ones that were before 9 just to kind of give some teaching moments for the people that are still trying to learn this, still trying to nail it down. And I'll cover some key points right here. So obviously we have this initial one right here. We see this scalp short right here. We break this low right here. However, obviously, if you're using the 1 minute right here, you would see that we have this 1 minute fair value gap right here. You can see we never closed through it on this green candle right here. We never closed through it on the 1 minute. So I'm not even thinking of that as an inverse. You can see that was a very, very strong close above it. We continue to support it. So this would have made absolutely 0 sense to trade. This is like why I say is use the 1 minute. It's going to save your ass a lot. Let it paint, like I was saying yesterday, let it paint the picture for you. Let it tell you what the market wants to do, where it wants to draw, what it's respecting, what it's disrespecting, etc. And then getting into this next one right here, obviously we get a scalp short right up here, but I have these equal highs labeled right here. Yes, I deem these as equal highs. If you're in a consolidating market, these are going to get drawn to 9 times out of 10. They don't look like, so obviously equal highs as like such would hold more power. But like I said, I have enough data to know that that specific thing that price does when it leaves those kind of equal highs right there or equal lows, I will wait and I will not take the setup. Keep in mind, structure's still bullish here. We're still holding this 1 minute fair value gap over here. And then I believe we had another one. Obviously, this would be deemed not a valid setup because we have equal lows right down here. This is kind of exactly what I was saying. This is exactly what I expected this morning. If we're going to consolidate, we're going to be putting in a bunch of these equal lows and equal highs. And if you don't have an eye for it, you're digging yourself a grave because you're going to get chopped up like no tomorrow. So I believe that was the last one. No, there was another one. This actually, so I covered that one. I don't think I covered this one. But I had someone on Twitter, I don't remember your handle exactly, but he wanted me to, or posted something on Twitter and asked for some feedback on this. I don't like it for 2 reasons, or really 1 reason. Obviously, I require a clean break. Even this little wick that we closed through it right there on this first candle, that immediately invalidates the trade for me. Nothing, if I see that, I'm like, all right, waiting for the next opportunity. Not going to entertain this one because I want to see clean movement. I want to see a clean break. Sounds dumb, but I'm telling you right now, if you just wait for the clean break like I've been telling y'all, you'll be very, very surprised and be like, wow, he was actually right. Because like I said, I have enough data on this that points to when we have little wicks through like this, yet even though the second candle closed above it, still going to be completely invalid for me. So I wanted to cover that one. But getting into the first one right here, obviously this line up at 16,651 was a key liquidity point that I was eyeing. I believe it was some equal or relative equal highs. As you can see, we did run up or take it right there and then dumped really, really quick. Came back up a little bit, and I believe we did have SMT here with ES. I was just marking out the CE of that top wick, and as you can see, price did respect it. That is a hidden inefficiency, not needed, but like I said, I like adding extra confluence in. Just gives me more confidence within my trades, and just helps me execute with ease, and just kind of knowing where or what's being respected, what's being disrespected, as I always say. But this one was a absolute sniper entry. I believe this was only, let's see how much drawdown, 2 ticks of drawdown, so can't complain about that. Cannot complain about that. As you can see, we broke this low right here as well as this low right here. We would have been tagged in at that bottom yellow line. As you can see, this one just immediately dumped to 18 points. I am really, really enjoying this movement, this volatility that we are getting. These are, like I was saying yesterday, this is what I'm used to. These kind of movements, not like last week when it was taking like 20 minutes for a trade to pan out. I don't like that. And this makes me so happy to see. But go ahead and getting into the next one. Obviously, right down here, you can see the sell side level I have marked. It's K liquidity point. It's kind of what my overall draw was for this specific trade. I did not expect it to go that fast, but it did. And then right after, we got a clean little setup right here. Obviously, we had some equal highs put in here. Wasn't going to entertain any scalp shorts, obviously, because these equal highs were put in. I don't believe I'm missing anything. Let me scan through this real quick because I don't want to miss anything. No. So obviously, you wouldn't even been tagged in there within 2 candles. And then this one right here, we displaced above this high right here, as well as we inversed a little 1 minute for value gap. And when I saw that, I was like, all right, these equal highs should act as a magnet for price, and did just that. Consolidated for like 45 seconds and then just absolutely ripped up. Did go another full 18 points. And I'm going to scan through this. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything, because I think really the pre-9 a.m. was where, if you're trading before then and didn't really listen to what I completely said about when we have high impact news at 9, I will wait. You likely did get chopped up there. Obviously, just making sure I'm not missing anything again. Obviously, we have equal highs up here. I don't see anything that's sticking out to me. Obviously, we have this, but this open fair value gap there, when it deemed that. Didn't break a low right here, although if we did, that would have been really, really nice. And I believe the next setup, so this is another one I wanted to cover. This is why I always say use 1 minute structure to your advantage. I believe that's right here. We get this scalp short, but what are we immediately rebalancing right there? That 1 minute fair value gap, as you can see right over here. Just making sure it's showing on my screen. That little, all these yellow boxes are 1 minute fair value gaps. I draw them out, and if something presents like a scalp short right here, and I immediately see us come back into this, not to mention it's right off the CE of it, I'm going to disregard that and wait for either a scalp long, because we also do have these equal highs put in up here, which should act as a magnet for price, which, as you can see, once we rebalance this, or not rebalance, but once we came back into this 1 minute fair value gap, we absolutely just ripped up. Unfortunately, no scalps were presented upwards because we had this open little fair value gap here. But if you're trading with a little discretion, I would recommend completely following the rules. But like, there's sometimes where I will manually intervene, and when I see something like this, I'm comfortable taking it because it's really, really obvious where price is drawing, just based on this manipulation leg, equal highs up here, and we are in a steep discount. And then I believe we did have another setup that was okay before 10:30. So obviously right here, this yellow box is a 1 minute fair value gap. As you can see, no body closures below or anything. We were just wicking through it, and we're continuing to hold it. And then we displace up a little. We break this high right here, get a baby little fair value gap right there. I believe 1, 2, yeah, that you would have been tagged in on the second candle there. This one did dig a little bit deeper, wanted to come back into that fair value gap, and then ended up going, I believe that's 8.25 points. So you would have been at least break even there or pulled one off. Not 100% sure, just depending on what you were wanting to do. But in my eyes, if I was on the screen right now, I think I was on the way to the gym. I personally would have taken this because we had a bunch of low resistance liquidity right here, just stacked liquidity. And I personally would have thought market would want to draw up to these before making any move lower, but as you can see, it didn't. I think it saved it for later. Yeah, as you can see, we did come up here. You can see all those wicks right up there. That was a clean little move off of that. But like I said, I believe that was the last one I wanted to entertain in the morning. I'm trying to make or highlight as many of these ones like this as possible, because like I said, 1 minute structure is going to save you. It lets you understand what the market's expecting, where you should be entertaining setups, where you shouldn't. And obviously, when we are immediately coming back into a bullish fair value gap, when structure is overall bullish, you should not be shorting. You need to wait for some more confirmation, i.e. one of these getting disrespected and a clean move down. But I believe that was, like I said, the last really thing I was entertaining in the morning. Even this one right here, I personally didn't take because obviously I already had a winner up there. I'm not trying to catch like 10 trades in a day. My focus is just getting that one just beautiful 1 or 2 setup. That's my focus because in reality, I don't want to be on the charts for a long, long time. If I can get in here and have like a 2-minute workday and make good money, can't complain. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if you have any questions or comments, just either comment down below on the video or just shoot me a tweet on Twitter and I'll try to get to it as quick as possible. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.